Charlie Podcast, a weekly show with the one person to make you say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie Podcast. Tune in. It's the Really Charlie Podcast, a weekly show with the one person to make you say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie Podcast. Tune in. It's the Really Charlie Podcast, a weekly show with the one person to make you say, "Really, Charlie?" on the Really Charlie Podcast. Tune in.
It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.
Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie Podcast. My name is Charlie Perry, and we are here with our podcast called Fentanyl, Facts and Stories. My co-host, Paula Santos Young, she is tied up and busy. She had something to do, but we are definitely going to have this, get this show on the road and continue to talk about some of the things with fentanyl. Please, if you're listening to us on Facebook Live, please make your post public, which is what I'm going to do right now. And what I want to do is be able to allow you guys to share it with your friends and family, and that way we can interact, because we never know who's going through what in society. And fentanyl is getting in the mix of a lot of families, and so many people are kind of suffering through this ordeal. This I want to say it's genocide. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are dying, and we are just not doing much as a country to speak out against this. I mean, it's really, really such a traumatic thing that's going on. So, all right, as soon as I find my post, I will make it public. So this past week, our friend, our co-host, received some great recognition for all the things that she has been doing. And so I'm going to make mention of that, and I'm going to actually bring some things up. It's very, very special to see someone that that's doing some great things in the community. And Paula has actually got awarded a few great certificates. So I don't know what's going on here, but I can't find my post on Facebook Live. So all right, we are going to view it in a second. I actually have a number that we can utilize if anyone wants to come on and say a few words. But we're not going to use it today. But next week, I'm going to actually post a number on the screen so everyone can get involved with this podcast and have a conversation where you're not just hearing Paula and I talk. And I want to hear a story, and especially if it's something that's coming from a parent or a relative of someone that just went through something, whether it was a poisoning or an overdose. And I want to hear those stories because there's so many people that need to hear them and truly know that they have support out there. They have support, and whatever trauma they're going through is there's people just like you that are out there. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to make my post public and try to do that every show. It's very, very important that we do that so we can have the proper interaction, you know. All right. So I'm going to bring up the first certificate. Let's bring this up. Let's actually bring up the award, right? I'm going to bring it right to the screen. Technology is wonderful when you can do things like this. All right. So here's this great award. Check it out. It's from the city of New Bedford, presented by the New Bedford Human Rights Commission to Achieve Greatness, Paula Young, founder and president, in recognition for that basic rights and fundamental freedoms are inherent to all human beings, for your commitment to upholding dignity and justice for all. Human Rights Day, December 10th, 2023. That is a keepsake. That's something that is, man, that's fabulous. It reminds me of the awards that we give out on the Really Charlie podcast for that community leader, and that's fabulous. Anytime you put something like crystal and a good wooden base, that's something that you can show the whole family, and it's wonderful. It goes anywhere, it fits anywhere. So along with that, you know, Paula had received a certificate, citation, right? It's the New Bedford City Council's official resolutions. It says, is it hereby known to all that the City Council of New Bedford, Massachusetts hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Paula Young, President of Achieve Greatness, in recognition your organization being honored by the New Bedford Human Rights Commission for your, I believe that says commitment, continuous effort in addressing human rights concerns, and lives and lives so many in our community. I can't make that out. It's a little bit too small, right? The entire citizenry extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued good fortune. Let's see, given this 8th day of December 2023, Council President Linda M. Morad, Councilor Shane Burgo, and that looks like Ryan J. Pereira. All right, awesome. That's a great citation. It means a lot, you know. Somebody like me that's received a few of them, and that's a great city council, just a city hall, city council. Those chambers are amazing, and always been something that I was at awe with when I was a young child to a grown man. So anything or any place that you're getting recognized and you're given one of those resolutions from the city council, it's amazing. This is something else, a certificate of special congressional recognition proudly presented to Paula Santos Young, Achieve Greatness, in recognition for the recipient of the 2023 Human Rights Award, as recognized by the New Bedford Human Rights Commission for your work combating the fentanyl crisis and protecting our young people. 8th day of December, 2023, and that is Congressman William R. Keating, representative of, it looks like the 9th Congressional District, Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Mr. Keating, good man. So let me see. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything. This is also from the state of Massachusetts, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives. We hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers the sincerest congratulations to Paula Young. And it goes on, it mentions the date, December 8th, and state. This is at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, and it is signed by Speaker of the House, Ronald Marino, and also Christopher Hendricks. All right, good job. State Representative Antonio F.B. Cabral, as always, mainstay in our community. And I don't ever remember actually seeing one of these resolutions from the state without Antonio Cabral's name on it. So, he's definitely, hopefully he's here to stay. All right. So those are the citations that Paula received, and it's very, I heard of the news. I was very, very happy as a friend of hers, and definitely well deserved. There's not one day that I don't hear her working on something involving fentanyl, some kind of meeting. She's always involved and keeps on pushing and pushing. We have a special event that's coming up in March, and I want to make sure that we want to put the flyer up here before I end up going here as soon as I can find it. We're going to be at White's, Century House in the Acushnet. Need to get my facts together, and we are going to have a special event there. The event is put on by Achieve Greatness, and trying to find that flyer. What is going on with me today? That definitely isn't it. That's one of my sponsors from WNB1 Radio. Achieve Greatness. This is the gala that we're going to have. And it's going to be at the Century House. Join us for the first annual Achieve Greatness fundraiser, Saturday, March 9th, 2024, 6 p.m. to midnight. Dinner buffet, music and magic, silent auction, entertainment provided by Joe Queen, Santos, and it looks like Dope Lotus, Magician, William Fern, DJ Fresco. My man, the Century House is located at 107 South Main Street, Acushnet, Mass. Get tickets. We have that Q&R code. But it's going to be an awesome day. Some great, great things. Remember, achievegreatness88.org. Trying to push that, Local companies get involved. Definitely let the community know that you stand behind this getting rid of this deadly disease, and groups and organizations like Achieve Greatness 88.org are there. There's many of them out there, and so you can latch on and join the many organizations throughout the state, throughout the country. There's national organizations, and they're doing many things. My friend Ed Bish is definitely, he's been going up to Washington, D.C. and trying to get the word out and being that horn, that vocal voice out there to, get after the Sackler family and all their criminality. But we got to hurt them in their pocket, all the different victims. Money can't pay for everything, right? It's not the solution to everything. But you know what? This family, that's their drive. That's their motivation. There's money. And that's why they got behind the opioids and pushing it like they were, um, like call it drug dealers. That's what they are. Drug dealers, a drug dealer. Doesn't matter what status you have in life. So, but that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to bring up. I definitely wanted to honor my friend and show you all, the type of person that you see every Wednesday at 7:30. She's out there in the state, the city, and the national government are recognizing her, right? She's doing it. She's motivated. Along with Phil. Phil, her husband, is just doing some great things. Can't do things without one. One needs the other, and they're a great team. They're doing great things. Even after the tragedy of losing Andrew. All right. So this is the Really Charlie podcast, fentanyl facts and stories. We are here every Wednesday. Next week, I will actually be putting a line, a telephone number on the screen. So feel free to call in. That number will ring directly to us. I'll put you on speaker and be able to pick you up so you can be live on this podcast. Share some of the stories. Share them. Share them however you wish. I'm not going to tell you how to tell your story. But if it's something that you want to be heard, you want everybody to hear this, please, come on board. All right. So once again, Paula's doing she has another event, and but we will be back next week. We have a couple of guests that will be on, but we want to make sure that they commit to the show before we announce who's coming on. All right. Take care. God bless. And I want to bring out some little, let me see. I want to talk about WNB1 Radio. WNB1 Radio. That's at 262 Union Street, downtown New Bedford. Great place, Latino and Black owned. But we are inclusive. We invite everybody to come to the radio station, be part of it. You can advertise your business. You can try to do what we're doing here on the podcast. There's many things that are being offered to the community. Check out WNB1.com. That's the website, and you can see all the various hosts. From myself, from B Mags with Mags in the Morning. We have Straight to the Point with B Mags, Derek Consatio, Stephen Lopes, and they'll be on tomorrow night. Thursday, and they talk about sports. Great show. One of my favorites. We have Frequency Live. That's later on Sunday nights. Sunday nights where you get Berto Carter, Joe Carrion, and Derek Demers. And they talk, and also Jasmine. Jasmine just came on board. She was on, I think, this past Sunday. So they have 4 good hosts talking about many topics. And so it's a great thing to kind of put on. You can add WNB1 to your devices, whether it's Apple or Android. And feel free to just put the website on your browser. And you can hit live stream, and then all the shows that are on at that particular time, you will hear them. But 24 hours, 7 days out of the week, you get to listen to the sounds of the secret city. And the rotation is unbelievable. I love it. And, and occasionally on Tuesday when I'm not doing the podcast, I'm playing some music. And my motto is serving you R&B music on the rocks. Chilled music with a chilled host, where you get to listen to the music you love the most on WNB1 Radio. All right, everyone. Take care. Love you. And I will see you next week. Who knows? I may see you a whole lot sooner. All right. Let's see. Let's find my favorite song by Lionel Peter Walker. Here it is. God bless. Take care. And I'll see you next Wednesday.
It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.